hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
What is going on, entertainers? So time comes out with another video. Welcome to Evner Entertains, where we over here entertaining. Okay, this is a channel where you guys will be able to catch up on all the non-ratchet type of shows. We talking Bravo, MTV, VH1, all that. Okay, so we doing like a Bravo town hall, you guys. Yesterday they had a huge press release of the summer shows that are going to be dropping, and some of them include Next Gen NYC. Now, first, let's talk about the trailer. I have a little bit of problem with Next Gen NYC because why is most of the cast, except for two POCs, everybody else is white? You guys are in New York. There is no way all of New York, and then we only have Candy daughter, and then also Dame Dash daughter. That's it. That baffled me a little bit when I saw that. I'm like, whoa. And they got rid of the OnlyFans dude who was cute, the white one. But besides that, everybody else is white. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what surprised me about the trailer is the fact that Charlie and Ariana are like low-key messing around, or they're alluding to them messing around or having dealings with each other. I am very shocked at that because I thought that Ariana was a little bit better than that. But I guess, you know, you wanted to try out the bum D because he's really a bum, no shade, because, you know, he really does nothing for himself, in my opinion. Hey, but I guess because Ariana broke up with the new boyfriend, she feels as if she maybe wants to have some fun. Who knows? But I don't think it's the smartest route. But hey, who am I to judge? Okay. Now, on some other shows that are going to drop, we have Below Deck, Mediterranean. Am I the only one that love Below Deck? Anytime there's like a marathon going on, I will watch. It's no shade. Like I love Below Deck. I feel like the drama is like the most authentic that you'll get on reality TV because it's literally workplace drama. You can't fake that. Like anybody that has worked in a 9-to-5, we all know that like we've wanted to slap the out of some of our coworkers or literally cuss them out. And Below Deck, although they might not squabble or like fight, we at least see them really cuss each other out and tell them how each other feels. So that's why I appreciate about Below Deck. Then we have the B Dynasty. Y'all know Bravo loves them some Republican type Trumpy like cast. They're shade. You know what I'm saying? Like they love them, the country boys and the country girls. That's why Southern Charm, they never gonna kick them off the air. I've watched the McD Dynasty before. It's actually not a bad show because it's real. Like the dad went to jail for real. You get what I'm saying? Orange County is back, and then Ultimate Girls Trip is back as well. And then they also announced Top Chef. I'm not a big fan of Top Chef, no shade. Watch What Happened Live also got renewed as well. Summer House is getting renewed, and In the City is a new one. Now, what was interesting is the fact that they talked about this show of Vanderpump Rules, and they have a version of it now called Lisa Las Vegas. Because if y'all don't know, Vanderpump, she opened and she has a location in Las Vegas that replaced like a big building or whatever that was very famous. And now she has her own place there or whatever. So now she is going to have her own show there. So this is the press synopsis for Lisa Las Vegas. So they said Lisa Vanderpump has been ruling over the Las Vegas Strip for years now with 3 hotspot restaurants serving up cocktails in her signature settings. Now she is expanding her Vegas empire through the opening of her high-profile namesake hotel. In this limited series, we follow the behind the scenes to make the property worthy of Vanderpump brand. LVP shares what inspires her newest enterprise and pulls back the curtain on the down-to-the-wire drama. The series will culminate at the Vanderpump Hotel's lavish opening party with fan favorite Bravo celebrities celebrating the launch. I know Kyle hates Lisa. You don't know why? Lisa was able to stay on Bravo without having to expose her dirty laundry and have to deal with the pack of idiot bitches, like with the housewives. That is winning in my eyes. I don't care what nobody say. Like, I want Lisa Vanderpump experience on Bravo. She literally left the reunion, she didn't even show up to the reunion. She still was able to keep her spinoffs, and now she got another spinoff because Vanderpump Rules, y'all, people think it's canceled. It's not. So she has now 2 spinoffs. I said, oh, and don't forget the one on Hulu. Like, that is the definition of witty, girl. Like, I know Kyle hates her for that. But, oh, well, that's what, to me, Kyle gets, because Kyle's so worried about being, head be in charge over there that you should have branched off and did a whole lot of other stuff, Kyle, so that way you're not stressed and worried about them push you out the closet like you've been the past few seasons. Next, we have Secret Lies in Texas Wives. Didn't I tell you how Bravo loves the country girls? They said the heart of Texas Hill Country is the picture-perfect town of Berna, where wealth, beauty, faith, and family reign supreme. Centered on a tight-knit circle of glamorous women, this series follows their lives as they raise families, run ranches, farms, and manage sparkling social calendars in a town rooted in rodeos and tradition. Behind the polished smiles and Sunday sermons, however, there are intimate relationships and forbidden romances that test the royalties and marriages, jeopardizing the town's pristine image and proving that perfection is far more complicated than anyone can imagine. Okay, now to me this sounds like Housewives of Texas, but they don't want to do another Texas Housewives because the Dallas one miserably failed, and they don't want to put too much pressure on having a Housewives related show, in Texas. You know what I'm saying? And then have it fail again. That's what it gives to me. Okay, I'm gonna watch it, see what it gives though. The returning shows. So Rhode Island. I've been meaning to do recaps. Y'all been really busy, but y'all will get the recap soon. I know I'm like the season's like almost done, damn near. But I may do like 3 episodes of video or something like that to catch up. Next, we have The Valley, Persian style. I ain't gonna lie, season 1 was fire. I like Valley the Persian style. I like Valley Persian style to me more than the regular Valley. I cannot get into the regular Valley. Something about the regular Valley just screams, like, I don't know, like something about it I just can't get with. Okay, but the Persian style one I like it because you could tell it's a lot more real. It's a lot more authentic. They're not really trying to like conjure up storylines. Like they really are acting like how they really are. You know what I'm saying? Wife Swap, the Real Housewives edition. I did watch the first season. I liked it. Below Deck, I already told you how I feel about that. Now, Married to Medicine. See, for the girls that be wishing on Married to Medicine downfall, they're not going nowhere. Married to Medicine, y'all didn't rumor them to get canceled by three decades plus, damn near. Okay, I know I'm over exaggerating, but y'all been wishing for them to get canceled and they're not. Now, apparently, if Dr. Heavenly loses the race for the political position, she will come back, of course. But if she wins, she cannot come back because you're not allowed to hold a political position and be on Bravo because it goes against like their guidelines. Next, we have Southern Charm. Bravo loves the country girls. Summer House did get renewed, even though there are rumors of them getting canceled. Real Housewives of Salt Lake, Top Chef, Below Deck, the regular, Housewives of Potomac, Housewives of New York City, Housewives of New Jersey, and then Watch What Happens Live. A lot of people are wondering, why is not Housewives of Atlanta on there? If the show is still airing, they are not going to do a summer release of a renewal because it's still on the air. So God forbid it get canceled, they're not going to know until the season stop airing, which I don't think it is, y'all. I feel like a lot of people really panicked over that. Okay. Speaking of Atlanta, K. Michelle has went on a series of tweets because of the backlash she's been getting on her performance this season. A lot of the girlies are not feeling her at all. All right, so K. Michelle went on Twitter and said, I believe that my first encounter was with the Kelly situation and it scared me. Portia has supported my single release and everything, but we have to sit down on our own terms. She thinks I picked the team when I'm not on a team. I do love her. We just aren't in a great place. I want to fix it eventually. Do y'all understand I'm the one that's friends with all of these ladies? Y'all don't understand what goes on behind the scenes. I call every single lady. Cynthia, I check on. I don't play about Phaedra. She's misunderstood. Let me tell y'all, K. Michelle, Phaedra is going to make you learn a lesson. That's all I'm going to say. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like she's going to learn the hard way. But keep thinking that she's misunderstood. Okay? Angela and me respect each other and we want a read-off. Shamia is Shamia. Funny as hell, big heart just hurt. Kelly, the person who ain't afraid of anyone who's going to make sure I'm okay. Pinky is going to talk you to death about real ish. Portia is going to be funny, act like she run the show. Love them all. Cause they say I love them all, hey yeah. Cause I can't do what I can't do, but I love them all, hey, hey. Okay, I had to. Let me grow. I have never had girls as friends. Like, I'm like a lot of women. Let me grow. I mean no harm in life, real life. Y'all don't understand. Like him, Michelle, she never has said she's a girl's girl. That's a big problem. You're on an ensemble cast with other women. So you're going to have to force to be a girl's girl, a friends of a girl. She said, I just got here. I love you, Dime. This is a reply back to Dime, Jessica Dime, because Jessica Dime said, this is not true. Kay and I have fell out over the years over petty things, and we have stayed and made our way back. Just give her some time and grace. It's a new environment for her. It's actually very interesting to watch, even for me as her friend. Memphis chicks been through. And then that's when Kim Shaw replied back. So I just got here. I love you, Dime. I didn't even know this was a debate. I love you forever and always. We fuss, we fight. But once I love you for life. I'll do anything for you, friend. So that whole situation with Jessica Dime, they did make up as of like a little bit ago. I remember when that whole fell out happened around the Love and Hip Hop days or whatever. But once again, I feel like Kim Shaw was not prepped enough for this show. And I wish that she kind of was. Because you could tell she was kind of scared to, one, be a little herself, and two, to kind of get in the mix of the girls. I feel like it's because she's scared that they're going to start digging skeletons out her closet, and she didn't want any of those to come out and then have a bad rep. Now, somebody else who's tweeted something as a recent is Angela. She said, what I won't do is let anybody reduce my life to laying on my back. That's lazy, disrespectful, and says more about you than how they see women says about me. Do better, Minion, and meet Munchin Monique. If y'all don't know, that's a joke from Martin. This reunion gonna be real funny. This reunion is going to be hilarious, and I cannot wait. I just know I'm gonna get a good laugh out of it. I just cannot wait. Okay, it's going to be amazing. Now, more on Atlanta. Crystal is calling out Shamia and Kelly. If y'all don't know, Crystal has a podcast with Cynthia, and she's calling out Shamia and Kelly for how they treated Cynthia with the trip.
These girls were trying to make a moment, and I'm like, dude, this is someone's home and business, and you guys are trying to make a moment that you didn't get the nice room, but you're really trashing someone that didn't deserve it. And I could see you were like, stop it, guys.
The next episode, 50 Cent comes out. Because at first I tried to,
I
wanted them to give me grace.
Honey,
and I was trying to give them grace, and I was trying to like work it out. What I don't like is the fact that this woman had the most beautiful home ever. And you know how this works. First of all, we already know girls trips. It's like on Atlanta, we literally have 25 housewives right now.
Yes.
Obviously, somebody's going to have to get like the lesser room.
Yes.
You don't think my ass hadn't had, after over a decade of doing it, hadn't had the bad room like a couple times?
Of course.
Or the not so great room? Because let's be clear. None of these rooms are awful. We're talking about these gorgeous hotels and homes that we get to stay in.
This was like a beautiful 2-bedroom like pool house.
Yeah, with a pool and like a whole recreation center.
They were pissed because, and let's say it was
Shamia and Kelly.
Shamia and Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
They were pissed because they felt like you pushed them out, and then Pete was there. But at the end of
they're like best friends. They're literally like
but they're also
sister wives at this point. They're so tight. Like they.
But
are
the reality
always together.
Is that you're closer to the other girls, and it was your
trip.
trip.
But that's not even true.
That's how I felt.
Well,
I would have just said that.
So
and when they were complaining, I would have been like, "Yo, this is the reason why you're out here, because you guys are being assholes."
Well, like initially going into it, I thought who are super, super close to the point where they just want to be together. Like they don't care like where they are. Like I remember going on a trip, and like Nene and I ended up like, I think she didn't like her room, and she's like, I like your room better. I'm just going to stay with you. Like she literally forget like room. We slept in the same bed. I was like, whatever. Like we were like super tight.
Yeah.
As long as I'm with my girl, like I would sleep in your bed in 2 seconds and you can sleep in mine. Like as long as I'm with my people, I don't really care. It's a girl's trip. We're just like, turn up, let's go.
Another thing I will say, I wonder if Cynthia gave the room to Phaedra and Portia, would they keep the same energy as Kelly and Shamia? Would they feel a way about it? I don't know. I feel like they still would, even though they're acting like they wouldn't. I feel like the girlies would still feel a way about it, to be honest, and complain, because of the uncleanliness of it. Now, do I think they would have complained as much as Kelly and Shamia? No, I think they would have threw some shade at Cynthia, but I don't think they would have did as nearly as enough as those two did. That's just how I feel about it. Okay, now on to PK and Dorit. This divorce is getting super, super nasty to the point now where we have text messages between the two. They said Dorit's alleged text to her husband PK about his new girlfriend recently revealing court documents from the messy divorce. Okay, now let's head over to the text messages. Here's PK. Can you give me a call, please? PK, I don't care that you have your girlfriend here. Ha ha ha. She knows you have 2 children and an ex-wife. I skipped it, my bad. You have 2 children and an ex-wife. It's okay. I'm sure she can handle you being an adult and speaking to me when she's there. You have to start being able to live an honest life, you know. I thought you were finally ready to. Okay, can you please give me a call after your Zoom? And then PK said, Dorit, I have no issue, 0 issue speaking to you, Dorit. 0 issue with you. Knowing about Tatiana, she's a grown-up your age. She's grown-up children. She's a very successful worldly woman, unlike you. You bot. Of course, respects and would like for open, honest relations. I'm not currently with her, but my issues with you, unfortunately, are not about that. They're about something far, far more troubling. I, late on Friday, was sent the last 6 months of your bank statements. The expenditure is incredibly troubling, and coming from a caring perspective, I'm extremely concerned. The numbers present as someone who is either having a major shopping problem or have so much money that I'm unaware of. I have 0 intention of trying to discuss this with you on telephone, as this will become litigious. I have provided Justin with all the information and numbers. I'm not sure if you're aware, but below is a snapshot of your luxury name expenses from October through January. For you to tell me you have no money to take our children away on spring break or to help make Jagger and Phoenix birthdays, while within weeks of these dates you have spent literally hundreds of thousands on clothes, is totally unworkable. Okay, let me stop there, but I'm gonna continue a little bit. I have a bad problem with buying clothes, not near as Dorit, I will say that, but I used to, like, really bad back in the day before I moved out. Because yeah, when I moved out and I live on my lonely, yeah, those problems sufficed. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, not happening. Okay. But I feel like Dorit is looking crazy now, especially after the season just ended. And this is why she made it such a big deal, what Kyle was saying, because now PK is going to have double the evidence. The bank statements and all that, and then the show. Showing her spending lavishly. That one trip that they went into, she's spending $4,000 on a shopping trip. That's not going to look good in a divorce. So it's going to look really bad for her, and it's looking really bad for her in this divorce. So I just hope that she's buckling up legally, because she may end up with egg on her face, like really bad. Hundreds of thousands of dollars in clothes is totally unworkable. I'm sending you a stipulation for me to be able to pay the arrears, as you know we're completely out of time. I'm hearing that you're looking at houses that are far too expensive, and the reality is the house you're in appears to be cheaper than the ones you're looking at. So there's things that need to be discussed on a professional level, and I'm simply not prepared to enter those conversations with you. If you are able to try to justify what is 1.4 million spent since June. When you ask me to live an honest life, you too need to live one too. Ooh. And you have to stop telling me things like you got taken to Mexico when the expenses on your statement, you got flown to Paris, when you spent $30,000 on airfares. The expenditure is presenting as someone who has significant issues. And I'm absolutely willing to help you transition, not into a mind. He never said that, but I'm not here to be drained by you, whilst you do whatever you like with no regards to the consequences. If that's your plan, we will totally be unable to avoid cut. I need you to speak with Justin and see if we can reach a resolution quickly, because that is exactly what's needed, not a major argument between you and I on the subject. I am unable to do anything without a written agreement with just being revealed. And then it shows the statements. Dorit, you need to stop buying all this designer. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. And this inflation, you spend all that money on designer, is so diabolical. Have you heard of OfferUp, bitch? I'm gonna put y'all on game. If you are that designer hungry and you want, the designer goods, you need to go to OfferUp. There are people that sell their designers that no longer want them no more after a few usages, and you would be able to buy them for not even half the price, sometimes less than half the price. You should not be paying anything retail for designer in 2026. Period, point blank. There's Poshmark, there's OfferUp, there's eBay, there's a lot of things. And y'all probably wondering, yeah, but people gonna sell knockoffs. No. If they have the receipt and they have the label on it, you will not get a knockoff whatsoever. From somebody who's done that, you don't get knockoffs. I own plenty of designer, but guess what? I did not buy them for full price. I'll tell you that much. That to me is crazy. In 2026, the amount of people that's trying to get rid of their designer because they want money and they regret spending all that money on the designer, so they trying to sell it for less than half the price, and you buying it for full price in the stores because you want to look rich, you're crazy than a motherfucker. Oh God. I really hope Dorit changes this behavior, because it is not going to help her at all. So Dorit says, PK, I'm not interested in a long drawn out message. I'm not interested in going backwards. We either can have a conversation like we agreed, or we're going back to where we were. And you have no interest in having an amicable relationship like you said you did. I'm not looking to argue. I don't care about Tatiana or anything else you do in your life. That's your life to live, PK, and I want you to be happy. We have 2 children together. You've been asking for their lives for 2 years. I thought you wanted things to be different. I told you I was happy and would welcome a more peaceful relationship for the kids, PK. And then he says, I'm with George. Now he is leaving this evening. Why? By the way, PK, why you always with boy George? I get y'all friends and all, but damn, you got bigger fish to fry to be hanging out with boy George. Unless y'all selling hats, and making commission to pay the mortgage, you need to stop hanging out with boy George. Like, it's the little age. It's the shade. You know what I'm saying? He said, I'm with George. Now he is leaving this evening. I'm not willing or able to talk now. I want you to speak to Justin. We have to make a deal. There can be no more undocumented temp arraignments, and you're seemingly totally ignoring everything I've said about your expenditure is not okay. Just when I think things might shift, I see the same patterns again, and it's disappointing, PK. Okay? And it goes on and on and on. All right? Once again, I feel like her being on the show talking about him, it doesn't help, which, further proves Kyle's point. Don't get me wrong, but Kyle didn't help the situation either. My problem with Dorit is I do not get women who, it's one thing for your man to take care of you, but also be on top of what they're taking care of. You should also have access to the mortgage. You should also have access to certain bank accounts. So that way you're not left on your ass. I don't get women who just blindly just trust the man and everything he does. I don't get that. I will never get that. Maybe it's because I have bad trust issues, so I could never do something like that. It just baffles the mind when I see somebody else do it, because it could never be me. Okay? It could never be me. All right? I do think Dorit does have a shopping addiction. People don't realize it is an addiction. Like, you buying things on a consistent basis that you do not need, it's a form of an addiction. It's not talked about a lot, but it really is. Okay? Anyways, you guys, let me know what y'all think down below about this Bravo town hall. Also, back to K. Michelle tweet. Y'all notice how she didn't say Drew name? Y'all noticed that, right? She didn't say Drew name. She just left her out of it. Okay? Anyways, let me know what y'all think. Stay tuned for more videos on this channel. Once again, we're going to run up this channel up. And we out, babies.